At the end of every unit, your teacher has a chance to teach a lesson about other lessons their context to enhance. But what he suppose our teacher has us do? He skips a lesson and makes us present a LEQ. LEQ needs historical evidence, reasoning that can collaborate and advance a complex thesis that John P. would admire. Then we drop the screencast like it's fire. Student created screencasts for you to like and share. We know you had other John and Steve that you can bear. If we have the most used by 10 on the 5th day, we earn bonus points with virtually guarantees an A. With that much more, fanfare, or IDU, we present R, L, E, and Q. The American Revolution, presented by Holland, Micah, Ella, and Anaya. In the following slides, we develop an argument that evaluates the extent of political change that resulted from the spread of Enlightenment ideas of the historical process of the American Revolution. Throughout these slides, we want you to think about these three big ideas. What was the American Revolution? What were some Enlightenment ideas of the American Revolution? And who were some Enlightenment thinkers of the American Revolution? These questions should be answered by the end of the slides. The thesis is that through the period of 1750 through 1900, many people did not believe that Enlightenment ideas inspired political change such as the American Revolution. However, this can be disproven based on ideas from key Enlightenment thinkers, protests, and inspiring documents. Therefore, by exploring events that occurred during the Revolution, evidence of Enlightenment ideology can be seen as a source of inspiration and resulting in a change of political change throughout the country. The contextualization for these slides is that through the years of 1750 through 1900, Britain left the Americas to regulate their own government while building the foundation of their colony. However, due to Britain wanting to restock their treasury, they began to control the tax economy in the Americas, causing major events like the Boston Massacre. Throughout these events led to many Enlightenment ideas from philosophers such as John Locke and James Madison. As the Enlightenment ideas continued to spread in America, it influenced many laws in forming an independent country, thus presenting the beginning of the American Revolution. So now you may be thinking, what is the American Revolution? The American Revolution was also called the American Revolutionary War, and it was a war between Great Britain and the 13 colonies, which led to America gaining its independence. Now, we will be talking about the primary sources that we use to build our argument. These are historical evidence. The first primary source that we use is in the slide, how did the American Revolution start? So, after the 7-Year War ended, Great Britain was trying to recover from all of the economic strains that it had suffered due to war. They decided to tax the colonists on materials like paper and stamps. A meeting was set between George Washington and John Jay, where they held in order to discuss current situations and plans for a second meeting. The meeting was a resistance to the monarchy, not a rebellion, until the Boston Massacre. The Boston Massacre is an example of one event that caused the American Revolution to start. And if you can see in the image to the side, this is one of our primary sources. It's showing an image of a notice for calling for soldiers for the American Revolutionary War, which is a primary source because it took place during this time and it's giving historical evidence.
Key Enlightenment thinkers. Benjamin Franklin describes deism as a belief in a God who created but has no continuing involvement in the world and the events within it. Thomas Jefferson created the Declaration of Independence, shown on the left, describing America's natural rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of all happiness. James Madison discusses factions that are dangerous for a Republican government. Others are John Adams, which discusses republicanism and the central government. Jean-Jacques Rousseau published the social contract shown on the left of the government finding a way to protect the society. Other key Enlightenment thinkers are Montesquieu, Locke, and Hobbes. Cause of Enlightenment ideas. Enlightenment ideas generally started in the Americans reading about the translated works of European authors, which sparked an inspiration to the three main ideas of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Such works include Rousseau's Social Contract and Montesquieu's Spirit of All Laws that played a key role of the American Revolution, displaying liberty and the separation of powers and balance of the government. Below are the other several Enlightenment ideas during the Revolution. political changes that gave rise to some Enlightenment ideas. The Boston Massacre was an event of loyalists and patriot colonists fighting against the unfair taxation of Britain. Thus supports the idea of conservatism and liberalism and breaking free from traditional ruling, creating a way to form a republican government. Another political change is the Declaration of Independence, having a main idea of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, supporting Locke's idea of the government becoming a beneficial nation for both government and citizens to work together. Lastly is the Stamp Act protest in denying Parliament's rights to tax colonies. These protests led to the influence of Enlightenment ideas and wanted the government to perform differently with new added changes.
Political change that resulted from Enlightenment ideas. They include independence from Britain, pave way to our 5 freedoms, which are religion, press, speech, petition, and assembly, which are included in the First Amendment, separation of church and state, republican government, and got rid of remnants of feudalism and aristocracy. Themes, point of view, and sourcing. Our first source is from history.com about the American Revolution. It informs people about the beginning, battles, and the end of the revolution with treaties. It's more descriptive of the situation of Americans rather than the Great Britain. And its sourcing is its credibility is very high because it's both used by teachers and students for lessons or references. YouTube.com was our second source, mainly about the Stamp Act. It informed people on the details on the creation of the Stamp Act. Its credibility is very high because it's information about Timothy Ruggles, the president of the Stamp Act. Congress was included, which is usually left out, therefore they did the research. Our third source is from USA, which has a lot of information about the origins of Enlightenment ideas and thinkers. The source contains information including direct quotes from key Enlightenment thinkers like Rousseau and Locke, who were large influences during the Enlightenment era. Our fourth source is also from history.com about the American Revolution, but mainly about the Boston Massacre. It has details on major events that led to the American Revolution, but mainly focus on details about the Boston Massacre. The source cites several reputable sources with quotes from Richard Palms and John Adams who experienced the Boston Massacre. Therefore, it's more of a point of view from the current event rather than a retrospect on what they could have done better or criticism about the situation. AP World History Theme Analysis. Governance is the first theme because political revolts of patriot colonists wanted to change government policies for the purpose and wanting to become a part of it, thus issuing the result of American Revolution and forming a republic governments. Social interaction and organization is the second theme because it involves 2 political groups, loyalists and patriot colonists interacting with each other and controlling American laws to become where it is now. Big ideas and answers. So basically we ask you 3 big questions in the beginning of the video, and to really check if you were paying attention, here are the answers to check with yours. First question was, what was the American Revolution? American Revolution was a war between Great Britain and the 13 colonies of North America on the right to independence and freedom from the British monarchy. It lasted from 1775 to 1783 when they finally gained independence. Number 2, what were some Enlightenment ideas of the American Revolution? Some Enlightenment ideas on the American Revolution was Deweyism, liberalism, republicanism, conservatism, toleration, and scientific progress. Number 3, who were some Enlightenment thinkers of the American Revolution? They include Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, John Adams, Jean Jacques Rousseau, and more. If you could think more, bonus points. And here are our 12 sources that were used to create this video, this PowerPoint. And thank you for watching. Please like and watch more. Bye.